After 6 years of researching what visas I might qualify for, I had tried to immigrate to Ireland, Spain, Norway. So I continued to research different residence permits and different visas. And because I watched so many things on YouTube, the algorithm was feeding me, this one channel by these local acquaintances, Warren and Julie. And I started looking at their channel, and they laid out how doable it is to get a residency permit here. So I started pursuing that. I sold my house in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and packed my cat and my bags. Didn't tell any of my friends or family until the last minute, and got on the plane, and I had never been here. I didn't know a single person here. I arrived in Podgorica. I always stay in Airbnbs because there's another person there to help me navigate. I met two people on Facebook. One was looking for a teacher, an English teacher in Tivat. One had an apartment available in Tivat. I got in a car with a strange man, drove from Podgorica with my cat to Tivat, got an apartment, a 5-minute walk from the job I got in Tivat, teaching English to Russian and Ukrainian children.
Amazing story. Have you lived abroad before coming to Montenegro?
Yes, I'd lived in Barcelona for a year and a half in the 90s. And I owned a business there, and went through the whole trying to get immigration process there. It was a big loser. Lost all my savings. Even though I owned a business, my papers never came through. I had the best attorney, still didn't work. So inherited my family farm. I was still with my ex-husband at the time. Divorced my ex-husband, sold the farm, went abroad for 5 years. I tried, like I said, several different European countries, but Tivat was Montenegro was the one where I was able to get a permanent residency.
Yeah, that's a big one. How was getting a residency permit in Montenegro? How was the process?
Oh God! Well, the first one was hellish. There's all these little nuances that no matter what attorney you have, they cannot navigate you through certain little nuances. For instance, there's a clause in the FBI background check for Americans that when you try to translate the word residence, it has a different meaning in the US. Your residence is your home that you're living in. Residency is your legal status in Montenegro and in many European countries. So that little caveat took for long.
Yeah. Well, what is your first impression about Montenegro? The first morning you woke up in Tivat, what did you feel?
Oh, just the stunning beauty. The beauty is, it doesn't look real. Everything is like an Instagram post. My daily walk, my walk by a private beach with no people on it to the little school where I work is so stunning. The beaches are gorgeous, and then you have the mountains. So you have not only the sea but the mountains, and it's the beauty is what takes your breath away.
Yeah. Looking back at your journey, what are the most pleasantly memorable moments?
I think making some friends who are locals was really important to me, and not speaking the language made it really difficult. But my landlord in my first apartment, my second apartment actually in Tivat, he speaks a little bit of English, so we became friends, and he's really funny. And then I also have an acquaintance here who speaks English really well, so we're able to hang out a lot. So I think the pleasant thing for me is having friends, but having local friends is important and difficult to do if you don't know the language.
Yeah.
So I've just been really lucky to have these two local friends.
Yeah. And what do you miss from the US?
Oh, I miss Baby Bell Swiss cheese. I miss pomegranate juice. I miss Ocean Spray cranberry juice. I miss variety of choices of food. I miss black beans. I miss Mexican food on a daily basis. It's mostly food that I miss. I miss weird things you can't get here, like you can't get index cards.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get recipe index
Yeah.
cards. You know, just
Yeah.
certain things you're just not gonna get here. It
Yeah.
just doesn't exist. So I miss those things.
What would you advise Americans who are considering moving to Montenegro?
Well, do better than I in your savings. Any person who wants to immigrate anywhere, make sure you have a lot of savings. Get your insurance situation situated. Get your phone situation situated. It's a never-ending loops of challenges. Navigating two-step authentication on your banking apps on your phone. Your retirement accounts, things like this are the most important and challenging things to get done before you come, and then even after you come, it's still going to be challenging.
Yeah. If you describe Montenegro in one or two words, what words or word would you use?
Dalmatian coast. The first time I ever heard of it, it was called the Dalmatian coast, and I saw it in these interesting art films, these kooky art films. I was like, oh my God, where is that? This was years ago, decades ago, when it was called the Dalmatian coast. And I thought it was so rugged and romantic and beautiful, and never had an idea that I would be here. But here I am.
Yeah. Karen, thank you so much for your time
Oh,
and
thank you,
enjoy
Chris.
Montenegro.
Thanks, Chris.